Well, hello. I am so excited to be talking to my client, Sara. Sara is joining us. She's going to share a little bit about her experience working with me as her high performance coach these past 8 weeks. So, Sara, before we jump into that, though, would you go ahead and just share who you are and kind of what you do, just a little bit more about you?
Yeah, absolutely. My name's Sara Berry, and I'm a realtor. I currently live in Noblesville with my husband, and I service Hamilton, Marion, Boone counties and the surrounding areas.
Perfect. Well, a few months ago, Sara, we connected. I think I was at a speaking event, right? And I was speaking. And so that's how we met, and we connected after the event via Zoom and just started chatting. So share a little bit of what was in that moment. If you think back to that time, what was the number one challenge that you were hoping to solve before you began working with me?
I had a couple things in mind. I really wanted to work on my confidence across the board in my life. And I also wanted to gain some clarity on kind of my career path and see if this really is the best fit for me because I was feeling a little lost at the moment.
Yeah. And what specific way did my coaching help you solve your biggest challenge and just increase that confidence and in what you were doing, as well as your career journey?
All of the exercises were really helpful in unpacking some negative thoughts that I had, constantly telling myself, if I had a bad day or a bad week, that this just wasn't a great fit, or just beliefs about myself that I thought made me not a great fit, or specifically with confidence, things I would tell myself before meeting people for the first time. That just I was kind of my own bully in coming up with reasons and excuses as to why I wasn't good enough for things. So I was really excited to not just talk about my current how to fix things now, but go back to where these thoughts started and realize that I kind of just made them up.
Yeah. Sometimes we need that outside perspective, right? To kind of come in and look down on you and see you and give you those tools and those guidance and things to think about, because we are so many times our worst critic, and we get in our own way of getting to where the places that where we want to go. So good. I'm so happy that I helped you with that. What was the biggest impact or shift in your life since working with me?
It has definitely been my confidence. I also had quite a big fear and anxiety focused around embarrassing myself. But again, that went from those negative thoughts that I just kept telling myself that I was an outsider, that I was somehow different from everyone else. And, really, again, unpacking all of that back to where those thoughts started and realizing why, and realizing that that's maybe not who I am anymore. I've grown into my own and I can be confident, and realizing my successes, focusing on those, focusing on the positives with the journaling and the different prompts, just being mindful throughout the week. All of those things really helped boost the specific things that I was looking to accomplish with this.
Yes. Yeah, sometimes we have to go to our past to find out what caused the things that are holding us back, especially in confidence. That's a big one that many women face. And it's usually stemmed from somewhere, a belief or a thought pattern, right, that we have formed in our mind about ourselves, like you had said, embarrassment. And we just have to get through that. That's awesome. Well, what about my coaching style? Is there anything, or how would you describe my coaching style?
What I really loved about your coaching, Jill, is that you were very empathetic. You listened and you tailored, the lessons generally might have been all similar for other people, but what we spoke about and how you approached it, I felt that you really empathized with my situation. It very clearly is not a one size fits all. Well, this is what works for my other client and it works for everyone. We really dove into my specific issues and the things that I specifically wanted to accomplish. And I really appreciated that. And the one major reason that I came to you in the first place after that speaking engagement is because of what you spoke about at that event. It was not just the generic, you can do it. It was, you were super authentic. You spoke about, real life issues in your life. You didn't sugarcoat it. And that's what I was looking for. I wanted somebody who truly listens and empathizes, because those are things, that maybe have stemmed some other issues in my life if I feel like I'm missing that piece. So it really helped that you were the exact kind of person that I have been wanting to speak with. The empathy is the biggest part.
Well, I appreciate that. Empathy is huge to me. Authentic, because we're all different individuals, right? So it's very, like you said, an individualized approach to my coaching style. Because I want to get to the heart of what's holding you back from being the best person, helping you rise up to your true identity. Was there a specific gift or unique trait about me in my coaching style or my coaching sessions?
Again, my answer would be empathy, but I also, I've been to other coaches, or even in therapy, I've tried to unpack some of my past, but just your approach to it, in getting to like one of the exercises, getting to specific issues in my life and what stemmed from that. So just your way of thinking, that really pushed me in a direction that I don't think anyone had ever really questioned me before. But I do kind of take that back to empathy, just empathy and overall intelligence, of course, of, series of events, but it showed how much, you care as a person, how much as a coach, because that truly was extremely effective.
Good. Oh, I appreciate that so much. And you had brought up a little bit about that, of those little limiting beliefs and patterns. So share a little bit about that. So I do an exercise kind of early on in our coaching about wound patterns and limiting beliefs that we carry with us. How was that session helpful for you?
The wounds from my past, that was really impactful. Some of my negative thoughts throughout the day stem from comments made to me in the past. That was one of my wounds, and really going through all of that, those thoughts ruminate in my head all the time, where I think about those events, but I don't really think deeper into those events, think about, what was that person going through, that's why it happened, and it's not a direct reflection on me. And then the limiting beliefs was extremely powerful, because again, I know I shouldn't be telling myself I'm shy and awkward, but to really think of why I tell myself that. And again, it stemmed from my past. I used to feel shy. I used to be shy because I didn't know who I was. But now I still tell myself, don't be shy and awkward. I'm not that person anymore. I've really blossomed into who I am. I feel more assured of who I am, but I still had those limiting beliefs because I thought, well, I'm just a shy person. I'll always be a shy person. And so really thinking about that helped me shed that. And now I know I'm not. I can be reserved in certain situations, but anybody that I tell, that I'm shy, and they're like, no, you're not. So I was like, I don't see how you guys don't see it. But then I realized that was just something I was telling myself, and it was making me feel more awkward. It was making me feel more shy, and it was making me lack confidence.
Yeah. Yes. It's just the lies that we feed ourselves. And I remember that when it came up in your session, and I thought the same thing. I thought, Sara, when I met you, I would never have pegged you to being shy. So you got to get that out of your mind, because you are not, or you're doing a really good job of covering it up, right?
Yeah, that's what I always thought. I was like, oh, I'll just put my business hat on. But no, I'm just a little introverted, but sometimes being a wallflower is okay, but I'm not shy. So it was nice to really think about it that way. And again, that was a huge strength of yours, that you challenged me to think that way instead of just, okay, don't tell yourself that. Like, let's unpack it and let's see why, and let's, take that lie and repeat,
Yeah.
truths instead.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
really helpful.
Yes. Taking the lie, making the truth, and practicing those over and over. Well,
Thank
thank you so much for sharing your experience with me. I've loved working with you. If there was somebody that is on the fence right now, that they have kind of kept hitting the same patterns, have been interested in maybe hiring a coach, what would you say to them? What would be your recommendation if they were looking at maybe hiring Jill as their coach?
Jill, one thing I really love, and I hope it aligns with what you want to put out there. I saw your coaching as a mix between coaching and therapy. It certainly helps with my business. And there were things that went along with, my business mind, and, you helping me with that,
Yeah.
um, how I'm going to approach business, but it also just helped personally, which then in turn helps my business. So,
Yeah.
again, I just wanted somebody to listen and to hear me and to tailor something to me instead of just, okay, go do these and then report back like every other coach. So if you're looking for that, then Jill is absolutely the right call.
Yes. And you are not the first person who has told me, Jill, I feel like you're like somewhat my therapist and coach all combined. And I kind of chuckle inside because business and personal go, in my world, they are hand in hand. So if
Yeah,
you have to get your personal life situated, and then you'll grow and expand in all assets of your life, relationship, business, personal, they're all one. They're all
exactly.
connected. So that's funny that you bring that up because it's very, very common.
Well,
So
good. Okay.
well, Sara, I'm so excited for you. I have loved working with you. You have done a leap and bound in your confidence. I can see that from session 1 to our final session.
Yeah.
And so for anybody watching, and see Sara and you need a realtor, she's your girl. She'll give you 110% of her time and commitment. So reach out to her. And then if you're watching this and you have been considering working with a coach, to increase maybe your confidence, like Sara, or your productivity, or you're just wanting to find more clarity on your purpose or be more productive in your work style, I would love to chat with you. So feel free to reach out. There'll be a link below. You can schedule a free clarity call. I'd love to help you get unstuck, get off that hamster wheel of busy work, find your purpose, and get you realigned. So thank you so much.
All right. Thanks, Jill.